Hey everybody, my name is Angie Murenga. You're watching Just Angie. It's Mwenye Nchi Monday, where we discuss all things governance, and we're having an amazing conversation with the famous Juliani, this celebrity who loves God and God loves him. And I invite you into our conversation. Wow, Juliani, we ended on such a high note. Kwanza about death to self, and how if you want to do God's work, you have to be completely dead to your own selfish ambition and your own selfish gain, and that God, the process of breaking is continuously happening as we go through life. And then for you, it must be even worse, because it's the process of breaking in front of, it has an audience. There's an audience sometimes who has privy to this breaking. Does it compound the issue, or you still have to go because ulisema unakaa kwa ile kona alafu obedience God atakusort?
Unakaa kwa ile kona, I think, of course, because people from outside don't understand the processes that what you're going through at that particular time. But for me, as long as in kwa kona, I'm safe. As long as I understand what's happening in me and God, I'm safe. So you kuinja, because they don't know the journey, they don't know the struggles, they don't know the stories, they don't know umetoka wapi. Of course, people know I'm from Dandora, but they don't know some of the fights I had to, internally I had to go through.
Wow.
No, so and for me it was like for all my life I've been in Dandora. I grew up in Dandora until I was 20 years old is when ilienda inje even, and I had new shoes. Yeah, the first time I went out is when I was going for at a club for a rap battle. So for 20 years I've known a certain way of thinking.
Wow. And
then all of a sudden I get saved, and then now you tell me to have a different kind of thinking. It doesn't.
And you know, you're having a different kind of thinking, but you're in the same environment.
Exactly. So I make sense. So you, by the time you may reverse, because now you are unlearning new ways of doing things. And you are unlearning God's ways. Unaanza kufight na God most of the time because you have to do certain things.
And so obedience.
Exactly. So by the time umefika hapa place niko, so if it was 20 years, now I'm 35. Okay, I'm being 35 in April. Size where now all of a sudden it's not to make sense.
Yes, and that's what I'm saying. Now it's when it makes sense. When you're going through, it doesn't even make sense.
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
And so much doesn't make sense, but it's like you start having these light bulb aha moments. Then unakumbuka, that's why that had to happen. That's why that had to happen. That's why I went through this. Oh my goodness, Julian, it's like you and me, you take me down memory lane. So the first experience of coming out of Dandora, where were you going? Where was the rap battle?
It was at rap battles at in Etwaji F2 Florida 2000. So we used to do every Sunday. So that's the only thing I used to do every Sunday. My mom had a kiosk, a kibanda.
Where at F2?
In Dandora.
Dandora, okay.
So after I worked throughout the week after high school. That's after high school at least. I started before high school, but after high school now is when it got quite intense. So every Sunday, that's the only place I felt like I was
alive.
You know, when I perform and people, the first time they didn't have a clue. Well, jamani ni mbana. And then the more I did it, I started winning competition and stuff, and all that. And then siku moja naambiwa ati nafaa kuokoka. Unaona?
Kuokoka. Oh, in that journey.
Yeah, so I'm like, hey, Mungu wewe yani saa zile imeanza kushika ndio unatry kunitokoa. So I had one single and it was played on TV, and it became so popular at that time. But underground was really popular because the way I wrote music and rapped was different. You know, and then one day there's this guy into Ata. So he used to minister to me every alikuwa neighbor. And then one day nikaenda Nairobi Chapel nikaokoka. So when I get born again, now I have to atiniacha hizi vitu zote. Finally I found my identity and what people like about me.
And you said you come alive when you're on the stage.
And then tena mnaniambia ati niokoke. So for me kuokoka, it was like I'm living all this again. But now I was advised to take a year off by the pastor then, Pastor JMO. And then sawa pole pole tu yani una complain but unatembea tu yani.
You know you're like me so much. You see you're still obeying. Mimi nasema usually I obey, I'm going naenda I'm somewhere God, I'm complaining, but I'm still going. Wherever you told me to go, I'm going, but I'm causing a lot of problems. I'm like, no, why this, that, and the other? Why now? But I think I'm glad you got back to it because I want to see, because maybe the 1 year was a good break.
It was a good break, but at that particular time I didn't get it. You know,
because things were just beginning to happen.
Because I was a really good rapper, and so every competition I was winning.
You're on TV, you have a
TV all of a sudden.
People know you.
Nasumbua kumta, you know. So, but now, 1 year, I understood the power that came with knowing God, you know. So, I had beautiful lyrics, but I didn't have God in the lyrics. So, yes, my lyrics never changed as such because I wasn't vulgar or whatever.
Yes.
I was more documenting what's happening around me.
Yes, talking about your life.
Exactly. But now ilikuwa na kakitu ilikuwa na kamove. Godliness ilikuwa na move. So even when I got into the industry, my music was totally different. And maybe that's what made people notice what I was doing.
Yes.
I was talking about certain things, a certain way, creatively. So, but throughout your journey to battle, of course you're dying to self. The realities that you knew, I make sense. So you're reversing pole pole. The struggles that you have, your mindset about opportunity, what opportunity means, so about people. Because if you play a victim, if you have a victim mentality in Amanisha, even my first album was called Mta Mentality. It's trying to get away from the Mta Mentality was like everybody opportunist. So everybody, you're trying to get something from everybody, you know. So kama utamnyonga, utafind a way ya kupata, you know. So that's the way of relationship was based on taking more.
Taking from people.
Taking from people. So if you imagine unlearning that and learning what it means and whatever.
And then I'm sure it was hard for you because you see the other thing now it makes sense, but everything about God is for others. If the entire everything is about me and how I can get forward, or even if we get into, let's say, a gang, it's really about us as the gang, isn't it? The focus is on self. But when you come to God, that's why I say that scripture of John 12:24, you have to die to all that and do what He wants, but it's for the greater good of everyone. But for you, you're saying that's a mentality you had to unlearn.
Exactly. So, but uzuri ya God though, ni gracious throughout the process. He's gracious throughout the process, and also, though right now I understand why we were like that, because we are always on survival mode.
Yes.
So we
and
always,
you have to survive.
So you lack all your life, you know. So you lack like literally. So everything else was based on survival. And if you go around our country, everybody now is like how people build wealth, how people whatever is come from that survival mode,
that Mta mentality then.
Exactly. So that's where everybody's coming from. So now that's from true. A person like me now, just not only by getting born again as it is out. Even yesterday I was writing some stuff, and I realized that even our food, it's all based on survival na kuingia na kutoka. You can't taste food and enjoy food, you know, like even the way we dress or even the things that we wear based on survival. Because one thing about identity and being you inamaanisha niko na party but ni safi, unaona, like ni party yangu na ni safi. You appreciate the party, you appreciate where you are, but we are always trying to run away
from where we are
based on survival. So even what Wadandora, we are not telling them you live the way Juliani left. We are telling them you build. You have to destroy yourself, death to self, and then I'll start with building your Dandora to be what you want it to be. Because even if you come to Karen, it's only a matter of time.
Mentality, Karen.
Exactly.
It all comes. That's why it was important for you to get born again. It doesn't. I feel like it was discipleship in that 1 year, even if it was God discipling you and the church discipling you, and learn some different things. So that what happens now is the mentality of God that enters you. And then now you can minister from that mentality. So what you're telling them now is to build Dandora, build where you are.
Because hawezi hepa bado kwa Kenya. So hata ukihepa uende Karen bado ni Karen Kenya. So you have to rebuild. Like even right now Kileleshwa, there is floods everywhere. I can imagine 10, 15 years ago when somebody was buying property, they're like, now I can settle with my family and whatever. And 15 years later,
it may change now.
It may change.
High-rise buildings.
So if you never worked around building that space, it's easy for somebody to come and build. So hata ukihama Karen, hata ukihama anywhere in this country, if you don't build where you are and trying to make the best out of it. And
that's amazing that you're saying that, because change will always happen. Change will always come. So, but then how do you practically make them do? Because I'm thinking, if I'm in Dador or any Mta where I'm surviving. So what story is this Juliani is coming with to tell me to build, and how are we going to build? Are you showing me how I'm going to build?
First of all, we need, I think, walking and doing. So the more we do, they see. Like in the project in Dandora, it's called Dandora Hip Hop City. So I set it up. It's at the dam site, where the dam site is. So we bought like a 3-story building up.
Where? At the dam site?
At the dam site. So when we were getting the place, was sasa wewe yani umetoka huko tunakuja kusumbua watu hapa. But the day I can, like the first days when I'm going in, of course always kila mtu anataka kuomba pesa. And I gave. The third day, the fourth day, I gave. But now when they realized that actually you're here to stay, they started asking, hey, unafanya nini huko? So now they don't ask for money.
Now they want to be part of what
they want to be part of it. So right now even the space is run by volunteers. So because because initially you have to show them consistently. You have to be a little bit patient. You have to walk, and they have to see it. Because think about it, when I come from this mindset, and then now you're trying to tell them otherwise.
Let's go this way.
It doesn't make sense to them until they see it. So when they see people coming from outside, Angie may come all the way mpaka Dandora hapo kwa dam sasa kusema tu wanafanyanga nini hapa. And then now they still see their kids wanting to hang around, and you have games. And when they see now, huyu jamaa alikuwa anashindanga hapa but ako kwa TV sasa hii. They start believing.
Oh, wale watu wako really?
They make small money that they didn't have before just by being in that space.
Wow.
Unaona, so pole too they start seeing it. Also, the good thing about that is also you start believing. So you start believing.
Because when you're going, is this thing going to work really?
And it takes time, it takes money, it takes whatever, but people don't see it because you're the one. God amekao picha kwa mind. So you see it. You see it.
What does the hip hop center do? What do they do in this center, in this building that you bought?
So for me, what I believe in is that if there's a flow of water somewhere, automatically you place it under kwa green. Unaona? So for me, I feel like so for Dandora Hip Hop City, what we're trying to do is that what do an individual need to succeed? So do you need tools? Do you need resources? Do you need somebody to hear? What do you need? Do you need God? So let's create a space where this can exist. And then once anybody, as long as you're coming in and out consistently, you automatically change.
Yes.
You get affirmed, you get tools, you get things to just, so like before we even bought the space, there's a guy who was working in the dam site. And alikuwa anaitwa Jontes. And there's even a short video of him there. So when we're sitting there, I got some friends to come and see. And then he started coming to the space and come, hey, Jontes niaje. So coming to hang out half heavy when whatever. Now, some 3 years later, he's running his own kids program. He has a curriculum around it. He's organized. And he was a
guy from the dam site?
Yeah, he was a guy in the dam site.
He has a kids program?
He has in Ndoto Zetu. He's been running for 3 years. When I saw it, like, wow. Now I understand. So for 3 years, the amount of work that we've been able to do, just by that space existing and us telling people it exists. So things started taking shape. Right now we are launching a program into Customer Bora, waste management, which if we do it well, it will change the lives of at least 10,000 people around Nairobi. Now.
Juliani, don't make me cry.
So if we do such, if we try to, if we obey, of course, but also if we let people be, if we let them make mistakes, if we let them be in a space, they will become. So for me, I was lucky that I had Ukoflani Momao, I had Akina Kanji, because when I was with the Kanji, they let me be Juliani, you know, so when you with Akina Kanji, and they create a safe space for you,
environment,
automatically unaanza ku
start thinking differently, Juliani.
Automatically, you know, so and you start seeing different things. So when I was with Kanji, I realized, hey, kumbe ini Java, kumbe ini macaroni and cheese, you know, umeza chapati na marago, you know. So it's just by being in that environment.
And then they let you be. I think that's the most powerful thing. They let you be. They were not having expectations. Just be Juliani. Because even me, that's how I met you. I just met Juliani. I remember, I think we used to go for prayers. We used to go pray. They were just normal things that we were doing every day. Interaction life. I didn't even know you were from Dandora. I don't think I knew me. I just met you with them and we flowed. That's so powerful. And I want us to come back because, you know, I want us to come back and talk about some things that you've left off. Just hold on. Hold that thought. We shall see you next Monday. God bless you. Bye.